All right, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. Happy Monday to everybody. Today we're excited to have Sage Gomez with My NHD today. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to Sage.
Hey, hi everyone. Sage Gomez here with My NHD. I am very excited and grateful to be here. So today I'm going to talk to you about a change that is happening in your RPA. How many of you know that there has been added a Fortress Fire disclosure? Anyone? That's okay. That's okay. We're going to get into it. So what is the Wildfire Disclosure Report? The Wildfire Disclosure Report was developed by Fortress Fire to assess the wildfire characteristics of a property, provide mitigation recommendations, and help property owners better understand the vulnerability of home to wildfires. It helps real estate professionals, sellers, and buyers
There's no traffic today, huh? No cars on the road today, huh? Yeah.
It helps real estate professionals, sellers, and buyers comply with various fire zone mandates. Its analysis focuses on specific properties and its surroundings. Recommendations in the report will vary from property to property. So how is the California Association of Realtors involved with it? CAR has been working with Fortress Fire for almost 2 years now to develop the Wildfire Disclosure Report and recommends the report to help buyers and sellers become better informed of wildfires and insurability risk. So it's in your RPA, like I said, it's going to be in your section Q2 of page 3 on the RPA. You can add the option to request a wildfire disclosure report. So is this report required? No, it is not required. It is not required. Does the report replace or serve as a response to the FHDS form? No. It does not replace the FHDS form, nor is it legally required to close a real estate transaction. You can just add it if you'd like to. So I know that was a lot of information all at once, but it is something that is now added in your RPA if you want to add it. As of right now, there's only a few NHG companies that are going to have it on their website. It's Snap NHG, My NHG, and First American that have it on their website, I believe.
And Snap NHD.
I just said that. And First American as well. But the thing that makes us a little different from our competitors is if you're going to order with a different NHG company, some of them are forcing you to order your NHG with the Fortress Fire report. If you order an NHG with that company, you have to get the Fortress Fire with their company as well. We're not mandating that you do that with My NHG. If you want to order with a different NHG company, but you want to order a Fortress Fire on our website too, that's okay. We're not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do. It's just kind of ridiculous that we expect you to do it. We're not going to force you to do anything. So I'm going to share my screen now. So this is what the Fortress Fire website looks like. If you're ever curious, if you want to get more info on it, this is available for you and you can order it directly from here. Again, it's going to be on our website. Just because you order an NHG with any other company and they force you to get a Fortress Fire report with them, we don't mandate you to do that with us. Again, but it is here. It's accessible to you if you do want to order it. Again, you don't legally have to get it, but it is just there because there's been a lot of changes within the fire zones this year. For example, something that has happened this year is SB 63 has come into place. It's going to come into place maybe like December or early January. So CAL FIRE, they update their maps every 5 years or so. Even more fire zones are going to be implemented. So we're talking about fire more often. That's why CAR has decided to team up with the Fortress Fire Wildfire Disclosure Report, and you can add it if you'd like. They even took the time to add it to your RPA. So this is serious. Fire is very serious in California. So other than that, I wanted to show you your hazmat website that we have. So I've said it time and time again, my NHG, we have a tool where you can text me an address or APN number, and we can tell you whether or not it is in a flood or fire zone for free. In the past, you would have to directly contact me for that information. Right now, you don't have to. This is made public. Anyone can utilize this. So if you have a listing and you're curious whether or not it's in a flood or fire zone, you can go to this website directly and find out for yourself. Again, if you don't have the time or you're a little confused about it, you can always come to me directly as a resource and I can get the information to you as well. A good majority of people want the visual map of it. I mean, I'm a visual learner as well. I think sometimes it's easier just to see it in a photo than have it explained to you in wording. So I'm going to put in my home address, check hazard. And it's going to show you all of the fire zones that are within the property area. So this is the house that I live in. All of the pink surrounding it is a fire zone. We have to get fire insurance. If it was in a different type of level of fire zone, it will have it in different coloring right here for you.
Sage, is that a scale up on top where you can zoom out? The little blue button?
Yes.
Oh, got it. Perfect.
And again, this is free. This is available to literally anyone. So you can send it to your friends, your family. Again, right now it's hard to be in real estate, correct? So this might set you aside from your competitors. And also, again, people are visual learners. They might look at this and say, wow, that's really cool. Thank you so much for showing me this, when other agents aren't going to be able to show you this. So I'm going to put the link for this into our chat. So if you guys ever want to use it, and again, you can always contact me if you don't want to use it directly. And then I'm going to stop sharing screen.
Sage, it seems to me that the wildfire disclosure is getting more and more complicated, and then you have the additional things every day. You know, how you expect the agents to keep track of it, you know?
I know it's
overwhelming.
It's crazy. It's insane right now. And also just a heads up, that wildfire fortress fire that you can get, it's $140. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have to get it, but some people think that it's going to be a good thing to help lower the cost for insurance in the future. If you have this up front, the whole point is it's going to help better lower the cost of insurance in the future. But the way that
is it a for sure thing? You're just hoping that it will.
That's the goal.
It's just a hoping thing. And I wish that we had more experience with this. This just came out like recently, but I just want to make sure that you are aware as agents, because how many changes are happening to your RPA? A bunch. This is another one of the changes, and it has to do directly with your fire zones. Fire zones have to do directly with your NHD. So if you order your NHD at listing, see if you are in a fire zone, you may want to add this. And also with my NHD, if you don't close, you don't pay. So there's no money at risk. You can update your NHD at any time. So say that you're in escrow right now, January comes and you want to update your NHD. You can do so free of charge. Again, there's more fire zones that are going to be implemented. Be prepared for it. And also remember, NHG, we're one of the few companies that in our terms and conditions, we protect the broker, the agent, the office manager, the TCs, the escrow company, and the seller. Wow. So what that means is if for any reason we give you the wrong information, you're not screwed. We're going to be the ones that protect you all the way. But we've been around for over 25 years. We've never had one lawsuit. knock on wood. But we're proud of our information, and we're backed by 10 million in E&O to make sure that you guys know that we have your back. And we will do anything we can to earn your business, earn your respect, and continue to build the relationship that we have with you guys. So pricing $74.95. If you want to add environmental, it's $94.95. We're honestly a lot cheaper than our competitors. Well, not cheaper. We have better pricing, to be honest. So my NHG, we're #1 on your zip forms. And again, if you guys need anything at all in regards to natural hazard disclosure, I'm always happy to help. And remember that change with your RPA and more fire zones are going to be implemented. Again, you don't have to legally get that form, but it is there as an option if you'd like to add it. And then I will put my information in the chat. And don't forget that you now have access to that website if you want to check to see if your property is in a flood or fire zone for free. So please utilize that, because that could be a selling point for you too, to say, hey, you're not in a fire zone, you're not in a flood zone. That could be appealing for some people. But thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate your business, and I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving celebration next week. So it will be good to see everyone in person.
Nice. Do we have any questions for Sage? Any questions for Sage regarding my NHD? All right, perfect. Now, remember, this is free of charge at the time of listing, so there's no threat of you getting a bill if it doesn't close, okay? So take advantage of it. Thank you, Sage, for your time and all your information. Much appreciated. Speaking of insurance, the whole reason why we have all these fire hazard disclosures, and Mark Wu, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. Mark Wu here with the AMS Insurance Agency. I'm here to assist you with your buyer's property insurance needs. Even if I'm not part of the transaction, you can always call me so I can help you navigate through these challenging times. It's super imperative as a buyer's realtor that you take a proactive stance and start that process as soon as your offer is accepted. Do not wait, because you will get caught in a issue where maybe companies aren't providing it insurance, or maybe companies are having issues with the property and it doesn't give you time to address those before they can bind the policy. So again, my information's on the chat, and thank you for the privilege.
And it's Mark's birthday today.
Hey, Mark, happy birthday.
You weren't supposed to say that. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. Just getting older.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Mark. I appreciate it. And I can
Appreciate
attest to Mark's service. He's helped me in the past couple of weeks with the situation that I had, even though, we weren't able to get anything accomplished with Mark, but his service is bar none. Okay.
Oh, Mark, I have a question for you, Mark. Now,
Sure, Peter.
Some company, they have what they call the stopgap insurance, which they take for people who cannot afford to buy the regular fire insurance because they are situated in the high hazard zone, and they went to the state what is it that state plan, or is it the
California Fair Plan.
Huh?
California Fair Plan?
Yeah, California Fair Plan. And then they, some insurance company will go from there and insure the rest. Do you do that?
Yes, that's called a DIC policy, Peter. So
Yes.
basically and I do that, every agent can do that. So when we can't place insurance with anybody, we have to go through what we call the California Fair Plan, which is basically all the companies in California are part of that. And they donate to that, not donate, but they deposit and they share in the claim process. The problem with the Fair Plan is it doesn't cover things like water damage. It doesn't cover things like liability and theft. Some bankers require water damage to be part of the policy in order for them to fund the loan. So we come back with what we call a companion policy, and it basically makes the two policies are what a standard policy would cover. So instead of your client having buyers having just a Fair Plan policy, they will have to have a fair plan policy along with what we call a DIC, or difference in coverage policy. So I'm seeing more and more in doing that in my lifetime of being in insurance. And so the thing that your realtors that are representing buyers have to just educate your buyers is to let them know there is a way to get insurance, meaning that, nobody can, like, it's impossible not to get insurance on the whole unless the house is just dilapidated and falling down. If the house is in decent condition, you can always get insurance. It's just that you might have to go with a standard policy, or you might have to go with the fair plan and this DIC policy, but we can always insure a home if it's in decent condition.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to, and I think it's getting more popular with the luxury homes where they
It's not the only thing we could do.
What's
That's
that?
the problem. And it's not that it's popular, it's just the only thing that
the
can be done.
Okay, that's expensive. All right, thank you,
All
Mark.
right. Take care. Thank you.
Hey, Mark, one last question.
Yes.
Is California Fair Plan considered a substandard?
They are not.
Okay, it's standard.
Yeah, but it's substandard. Whoops, but it's substandard service. I mean, we're at their mercy, and they frankly don't care because they're not an entity that's in the customer service business.
Got it.
So, right. So we're just I'm and other agents are at their mercy and putting endorsements, putting in quotes, and just waiting. So, there's no ability to say, oh, this is a rush request.
Got it. Perfect. All right, moving on. Thank you, Mark. Happy birthday as well. Moving on.
Thank you.
Unita Wu. Good morning.
Good morning, Ruben. Happy birthday, Mark. Hi, everyone. Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, the 13-month home warranty. If you guys need any supplies for door hangers or like some kind of flyers, holders for your open house, please let me know. I'd be happy to submit that, to send it over to you, because I know there's a lot more, open houses lately. So I just want to be able to offer that. These are free. I could be able to give you those door hangers and also some flyers holder to put it in for your open houses. I'm here to help you anytime. I do speak English, Chinese, Mandarin, and Indonesian. We do have a concierge as well for the home warranty. If you guys purchase the home warranty with us, please let me know so I could be able to get CC on it, so I could be able to send that invoice to the escrow directly and then to you a copy as well. We want to make sure we could be able to help you push all the orders, the correct information, because sometimes like the escrow company, when they order it, they don't know if there's any pool, they don't know if there's any ADU. Those are all add-on, so we could be able to add it correctly. Our price is still pretty low. Our basic is about $325. If you're looking for single family, it's still $450. Our trade call fee is $75 right now, okay? We are gonna be updating our brochure soon, so once I get that new brochure, I'll be sending it over to you. I do wanna bring into your attention too, right now is coming up to be winter. There's gonna be a lot of leaking on the roof. We do sell the roof leak coverage for $90. These are like limited roof leak repair. They're going to be patching the roof up to $1,000 only. I do been speaking a lot of the buyers, but then since the buyers don't understand, sometimes they're thinking like, oh, I have my whole roof need to be replaced. I like to be covered, which is not the case. So I want to bring everybody attention. It is a limited roof leak repair, and then we pay to patch your roof up to $1,000. But any than that, give me a try. We're here to help you. And if you have any issue with the claim, please reach out to me as well. I want to make sure you got taken care of, because I want to be the one that call the buyers, or my concierge call the buyers and get that taken care for you, because your job is going to be buying and selling for your client, not taking care of the plumbing for them. Okay. So thank you again for your time. I appreciate you. Thank you. Unita Wu Home Warranty.
Unita, you said that is $1,000 a maximum. So whose maximum is that? Your agents? I mean, your serviceman, or the one that the buyer can find his own roofer?
Great question, Peter. So if we have a service vendors, we always going to use our service vendor because our rate is cheaper, right? Our rate for home warranty is 40% cheaper than the regular retail person. So then when something needs to be patched, the buyers could get more stuff to be repaired. But if we at our fault, basically, you know, there's a lot of rain going on and it is urgent matter, you want to persistently use your own vendor, it's okay too. But then we will reimburse them at our rate. So whatever that, it's not going to be retail. But then if at our fault, we cannot find a service provider for you, then we will pay the buyers at their retail price up to $1,000. So it depends on what the issue. If we have a vendor, try to use our vendors because our vendor is going to be a lot cheaper. So then just to let you know, to get a roofer come to your house is already expensive, the labor itself.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Unita.
Thank you,
Let
Ruben.
me add on that roof coverage, that leaks are not something that's a covered peril under homeowners or condo. It has to be like where the roof is totally ripped off. So that's why that coverage is important, because a lot of people think they should call in a claim for roof leaks, and that dings the policy because it's put in as a claim that's not paid. So call and speak to your insurance agent before for any type of roof leak coverage. I'm sorry, questions regarding roof leak coverage so that you don't put a claim on your homeowner policy and nothing's paid out. Just wanted to jump in on that.
So Mark, just by calling in and requesting it, that's considered a claim.
If you do not speak to the agent themselves and you're calling into a call center, that is correct. They will document it as a claim.
Wow. Okay, good to
That's
know.
why it's important to have a relationship with your insurance agent. And I did that many times throughout my career. I always had my clients call me rather than the claim center, you know, so that I can help them navigate and not have it kind of like a claim on their record that didn't get paid out.
Got it. And that serves that record is kind of like the DMV record where it gets a ding against
Exactly.
it. Got it. Okay, good to know. All right, moving on. Ann Cho, Top Escrow, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I first want to say thank you for allowing me to speak today. And also, it's great information always coming from the affiliates, whether it's from escrow or NHD or home warranty. I think all the agents get some good information from all of us. Just a little note, as you guys know, if you guys have any needs for marketing services on your listing, give me a call. I just want to briefly touch on the AB 1033. Me and a title company are coming up with a package that we're hoping to provide the agents soon, which will have a lot of information about that new ADU. So when that is available, I'll let you guys know. But just contact me for any of your escrow services. Thanks.
All right, Ann, I appreciate it. John Wax, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Peter, Ruben, and Coldwell Banker family. John Wax with Snap NHD, Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. I bring you 29 plus years of NHD experience. Sage is correct. We do have the wildfire disclosure report. It is not mandatory. They will come up in the RPA, and you have to do a couple tricks, and you're able to eliminate it from the mandatory aspect of your forms, because CAR is trying to sell a bunch of these reports, but they are not mandatory. They are $140, and it's just a way for buyers to understand what the risk is in regard to wildfire on the current condition of the property within the last 6 months from a aerial view of the property. But it's a tool. It's a tool, but it's not mandatory. What I wanted to say was basically, yes, more people are doing leases. Snap NHD has the free lease report. All the companies charge for it. It's a flood zone only report, and it is mandatory when you do leases. It is another tool for you to find out what the flood zones are on a property. You don't have to have a contract or anything. And it's another way for you to find out if there are flood zones. You can reach out to me for that and fire. I can help you out with that as well. And there is another thing coming. The booklets are changing. It hasn't been decided when, but the booklets are adding a wildfire section, global warming, and sea level rise. 3 new sections to the but it's crazy. But yes, I know Peter's shaking his head. But yeah, that's what they're adding to it. It hasn't been decided when it's going to happen. Yes, the RPA is changing, and we'll be going over that more and more. And I'm sure you'll hear from Gov Hutchinson, because he's going to talk about a lot of this stuff as we get closer to the date when it applies. And then lastly, don't be a secret agent. Always wear your badges, have cards, pens, appropriate documents with you, because you never know where the next deal is coming from. And yes, the NHD and the wildfire disclosure report, there is no charge unless it closes escrow. If you order it time of listing. Be prepared, be informed, and reach out to me as your consultant, as I've been here for so many years. And I do appreciate your business, and I'm blessed to be a part of your office. Thank you so much. My information is in the chat.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Do we have any other affiliates that I do not see? If so, speak now. But I believe that's everybody. All right, well, thank you to our affiliates, to Sage, our Spotlight affiliate. Very good information. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask now. All right, well, couple updates for the week. First and foremost, a birthday shout out to Sophia Chow. Happy birthday. Some reminders for this week. This Wednesday at 10 a.m. we will be having our last session for CRE Win. That's the commercial class that was hosted by Josh Best and CBC Home Office. So that's this Wednesday at 10 o'clock. That will complete the 10 sessions of the commercial class. Also Friday, I'm going to be having some training on holiday campaigns. So for those of you that want to send out a campaign this holiday, or always do, that's what I'm going to be hosting it on some technology for campaigns. That being said, if there is ever a time that you as an agent wanted to send out a campaign to your sphere of influence, past clients, prospects, to stay top of mind with all of your SOI, now is the time to do it. Okay, during the holidays, it's the most effective campaigning that you can do, the most effective farming that you can do. Okay, the most appreciative farming and prospecting or campaign that you will do. Just think about it. When you get a card, a greeting card or a postcard during the holidays, you tend not to throw it away like usual. You put it up on a tree or tape it on the wall or something, collect all your greeting cards. So there's more value to it. It's the same cost to you or time, but it's going to be of more value to your prospects. If you're sending out magazines or something or brochures, they're going to hold on to it a little bit longer, especially if they have like recipes in there and stuff. They're going to distribute it through the people that frequent their homes, share the recipes, and that's all branded with your name. So again, if you are going to do a campaign, if ever, right now is the time to do it. It's the most effective campaigning that you can possibly do. Okay, we already missed Halloween, but you have Thanksgiving coming up real soon, 2 weeks, and then you'll have Christmas and New Year's. Those are 3 touches that you can do to your whole sphere of influence. Okay, and I'll go over that on Friday, on how easy it is. Okay, whether you want to pay for it or if you want to do it yourself, I'll show you either way. Either way. And then don't forget there's caravans. Okay, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if you have the time, go visit some properties. I know a lot of you are already doing it, getting out there, mingling, getting back into the swing of things. Caravans, we've been back for about maybe 3 or 4 months now since COVID. So it's good to get out there. Lastly, I just wanted to touch base on this lawsuit that everybody's hearing about, Burnett versus NAR in Missouri. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of, I don't know if Peter's going to touch on it today or not.
I'm going to talk about it today.
Okay, so really quick, I'll let him discuss it and go into detail, but it pertains to commissions that are paid by the seller to the buyer's agent and stuff. And there's a layer of protection that you can protect yourself a little bit more and your brokerage by simply on the page 1 of your listing agreement, there's a portion where you write in the amount of commission that you are agreeing to, that the seller is agreeing to pay you. Let's just say it's 5%, right? A lot of agents do not go to the extra step and indicating how much you're going to be paying the buyer's agent out of your same commission. So let's just say it's the same amount. The commission's 5%, but if the seller doesn't know that he is paying the buyer's commission, that's where we're having all these problems with this lawsuit. I'll let Peter go into that a little bit more. But if you simply put in from your 5%, you're going to be paying 2.5% to the buyer's agent. That protects yourself and already tells the seller that from your commission, you're going to be paying the buyer's agent a certain amount from a certain percentage from your commission. Okay. And it wouldn't hurt to go even further than that. And instead of just writing it there, because a lot of sellers just sign whatever you tell them to sign, explain it to them, saying it's the same amount out of pocket, what we agreed upon, which is the 5%. But from my 5%, I am going to offer 2.5% to the buyer's agent to help market and bring more exposure to your property. So those two little things can prevent you and a lot of potential lawsuits and stuff. But I'll let Peter get into that in a little bit.
Question about that, Ruben, excuse me. This is Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
On that, what you mentioned, would it be better to write it down in the contract?
Yeah.
2.5% would go to the buyers?
Correct. So on your listing agreement, on the contract, the listing agreement, right?
Right.
There's an amount that states how much you guys are agreeing, the seller's agreeing to pay for your services, correct?
Yes.
There's also a place right below there that's indicating how much of that 5% you're going to be paying to the buyer's agent.
Okay. Okay.
But a lot of agents, I see the contracts day in, day out, and I got to tell you, about 60% of them are not filled out. It's just how much, it's just the bulk commission.
Okay.
So if you put how much you're going to be paying the buyer's agent, that will put another layer of protection for yourself.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Okay. But I'll let Peter go into that more detail at the end when he does the update. I'm going to move to Doug. Doug, are you with us so he can go over the Arcadia business?
Yes, I am here. Yes.
Welcome, Doug.
Hi. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Hope you all had a good weekend. I don't know how many old people are here besides me, but I was reading the paper yesterday, and Art Del Rey turned 100 years old. So any of you that might remember him, he just had a birthday. It was in the paper. I guess they had a big party. Didn't invite me, so whatever. But I remember him from when I started.
Remember him.
Yep, he was a good man. Yeah, and he's doing a lot of dancing and sports and stuff at 100 years old.
Wow.
So we're never too old, I guess, huh? A couple of new listings we have here in Arcadia. We have a lease in Garden Grove, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, $36.50 a month by Ming Lee. And another one, this is in Koreatown. It's a brand new building, a 1-bedroom. She says 1.5 bath, but I think it's 1 bath. I got to check on that. It's a studio, but it's in Koreatown, brand new, $420,000. Pretty affordable for a single person. And a couple of sales in Baldwin Park. Sean Pan had a sale for $598. He had the buyer. And Wendy Lee in Arcadia here had a sale for $2.7 million. And that one's going real good too. So we had a ton of closings. So hopefully Peter will be happy
Yeah.
on the closings anyway. But we all new listings and sales. And I just want to take a minute to talk to you guys about something. It's called sphere of influence. What Ruben was talking about is exactly right. I've been in this business for a long time. I'm a manager, but also I spend a little bit of time doing marketing. And it's really, I'll give you a couple of examples. Last year, I sent out Christmas cards. In every Christmas card on the bottom, I try to write a personal note, something personal. And there was this lady that I knew was into flowers and stuff. And I asked her how her flowers were doing and stuff. Well, unfortunately, the lady had passed away and I didn't know it about a month earlier. The daughter called me and said, you know what? That was such a nice note. She goes, I really want you to sell my mother's property at the end of 2023. It's about a $2.2 million property. Doesn't hurt to keep in touch. I sent out little magnetic calendars about 2 weeks ago. I got a call the other day from a lady. You know, I lost touch with you. I don't know why I keep losing your cards, but we're thinking of selling our house in December. We'll probably have you help us. And also we need to buy another one. You know, keeping in touch with people, your sphere of influence, especially. What Ruben's talking about, a campaign. I mean, I would love to talk to any one of you at any time about working your sphere of influence, about keeping in touch with people that you already know. There's so many ways you can do it and have fun with it. And in the end, you're going to be very rewarded. Promise you, it really will. It's just there. A lot of businesses there with people you already know, but you're not keeping in touch with them. And that's what I want to help you with. So anybody that calls me at any time, I'll be glad to sit down with you or talk to you over the phone about some ideas. Okay. And that's about it for today, Ruben.
Thank you, Doug.
Good meeting, guys. Good meeting.
Thank you, Doug.
You all have a great day.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Doug. All right. So going on to Alhambra business, we have 4 new escrows. Stephen Tran has double-ended and has a new escrow in San Dimas on Commercial Street for $939. Gustavo Enriquez has a new escrow in Chino Hills at $1 million. Antonio Rodriguez has a new escrow in Los Angeles at $788. That property was actually listed at $499, so very good job, quite a bit over. And Cindy Fan has a new escrow in San Gabriel at $940. Congratulations on those new escrows. We have 2 new listings for the week for Alhambra. Catherine Johnson has a land listing in Hesperia for $228. And Stephen Tran has a residential listing in San Dimas at $959. So congratulations to those agents. I applaud what you're doing. The business is out there. You just got to be in front of it. Okay. With that, I am going to hand it over to Peter for his weekly update. Peter, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you very much. Hi, good morning, Coldbanker George. I hope you had a nice weekend, and the weather is getting a little bit cooler. So, first thing I think you should do is to get your flu shot. A lot of my friends are getting sick, so you don't want to be one of them. Get the flu shot, and if you want, you can also get the booster shot in COVID too. So, yeah, do the things that you can protect yourself. All right, with that, I would like to share something that Ruben has just mentioned about the Bernard versus NAR. As Ruben told you, that this is a verdict that will affect everybody in the real estate industry, and it's really a bombshell for the whole industry, because not only that the verdict is astonishing, it was $1.78 billion against the defendants, and who knows, the judge will triple the damage to 3 times, so it could be worth $5 billion. So it's a lot of money, and not only that, it has a fundamental effect on the way that we practice real estate, and so a lot of people has already asked me about it, and the CAR has conducted 2 meeting, one for the broker and one for the agents on this lawsuit, and it was a good attendance. 400 some people attended last Friday. So it created a lot of interest. So I'm going to share with you what I have learned from this lawsuit, and share that with you a little bit, so that you have an idea what this is all about. This lawsuit, basically, it has to do with the claim that the defendants has implemented rules that require home sellers to pay commissions to the broker or agents representing buyer. As Ruben said, although we have practice of sharing with the buyer, this lawsuit claims that it's not necessary and also is not fully disclosed. So the main thing that we have to do from now on is really have to be transparent and disclose what the commission sharing is about. Whether it's 2% or 1% or 2.5%, it has to be clearly indicated in the contract, basically in the listing agreements. Most of the time, if you leave it blank, then then you are not properly disclose it. And also in this lawsuit, it also alleged that the defendant enforces this rule through the anti-competitive and unlawful practices, and because it was not fully disclosed, and also it created they claim that the buyer's agent is not really necessary, and they don't really have to have agents to represent themselves, and giving the buyer sharing the commission with the buyer's agent, it kind of overpay the agents for the transaction. So that alone would violate the anti-competitive and antitrust law, which is the Sherman Antitrust Act. And so then the defendants were guilty of two things. One is to not to disclose the buyer's commissions and the buyer agent's commission, and also by inflating the commission, they have violated the Sherman Antitrust Act. Now the plaintiff is usually this is a class action lawsuit, and the plaintiff consists of all the sellers that has been engaged in the transaction from April 29, 2015 to June 30th, 2022. And they figure that as 260 homes in Kansas City, Missouri belongs to this category. And also for people who had used real estate broker or agent affiliated with the defendant to sell their home, and also for the people who paid a commission to the buyer's real estate agents or broker, and also for people who are listed at home for sale on what is all referred as the subject MLS. So so it's really a very pervasive inclusion of a plaintiff, and it includes lots of people. And this is, as I said, it's it's a class action suit, and it's very complicated, and there's a lot of money involved too. So they get $1.7 billion. So it is a good incentive for the attorney to create this kind of lawsuits, unfortunately. And the defendants, they have the main players of the real estate industry. First of all, is the National Association of Realtors, and also include the Home Service of America, BHH Affiliates LLC, which is the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and HSF Affiliates LLC, which is the parent company of Berkshire, and Keller Williams, Remax, and Anywhere, which is the parent company of the Coldwell Banker Real Estate. So all the big players in the industry are the defendants of this lawsuit. Now, the arguments are such as far as the plaintiff is concerned, they argue that the buyers really, right now, the buyer representation is kind of obsolete. They really don't need a separate representation. And by forcing the seller to share the commission with the buyer, and actually it's over, paying the agents and creating the unnecessary inflation price, and then also because of that it's antitrust, because it kind of for the concerted effort of the NAR and the MLS and all the rules and regulations. They have inflated the price and price fixing. But on the other hand, the defendant contended that that was always transparent, and the sellers knows that they're sharing commissions with the buyer's agent, and it's a very proper way of doing business, because that will ensure the best interest of the buyer. That will sell the home quicker and more efficiently, and also they contend that the agents and brokers are well educated, and then they deserve that kind of commission. Now that the verdict, interestingly, is kind of surprising to all the defendants. And also the magnitude of the verdict, $1.78 billion, is totally unexpected. And also interestingly, that the jury spent only 2 hours and 28 minutes for deliberation. Usually, this kind of lawsuit will take days to get the deliberation, but the fact that it only took 2 hours and 28 minutes of deliberation means that the jury is already convinced that the defendants are guilty, and all they have to do is to calculate what kind of damages is. And then when they calculate the damage is $1.78 billion, it's very surprising. And also in this kind of lawsuit, the judge has the discretion to triple the damages. In other words, 3 times the damages. So it can be, by the time that the judge will hand the final judgment, it might be worth about $5 billion. So it's a lot of money for those defendants. Well, luckily, the Anywhere real estate, which own the Coldwell Banker real estate, and of which the Coldwell Banker George is the franchise of Anywhere, they settled for $83.5 million before the verdict, and also Remax settled for $55 million. So this verdict does not affect us at all. So you don't have to worry about it. We don't have to pay the damages, and we don't have to abide by the same the rules that this verdict comes with. But nevertheless, the Anywhere, which is Coldwell Banker real estate, already implement some of the changes in the practice in the company. So Anywhere will prohibit the company-owned brokerage and their agents from claiming that buyers agents are free. It used to be that the agent will tell the buyers, hey, you know what, you don't, it doesn't cost you anything because you don't pay for the commission, or the seller pays the commission. So it's free, but actually it's not free, because the seller pays the commission for the buyer's agent. So you cannot claim that anymore. So Anywhere also require the company-owned brokerages and their agents to include the listing brokers offer of compensation as soon as possible, as soon as they listed in the MLS. And also will prohibit the company-owned brokerage and their agent from using any technology in sorting the listing offers for the compensation. In other words, you cannot use the software to sort the listings, or in terms of what the offers of the compensation. In other words, you cannot discriminate between the offers, the price of offers. It has to be fair. It has to be fair to all the buyers, and also you have to tell the agents. The agents has to tell the buyers that the company has no rules requiring the offering of compensations. Also, anywhere require the company or the franchisees or affiliated agents to belong, not to require that they belong to the NAR. So in other words, you don't have to be a member of NAR to practice in California now. Also, it will require the company own brokerages and the agents to clearly disclose to the clients that the commissions are not set by the law, and it's also negotiable, fully negotiable. Also, you cannot require minimum client commission requirement. In other words, you cannot force the agents to if you charge 2% or 3%, they can do any percentage they want. Also, the Coldwell Banker or anywhere has agreed to develop the training of material from the company, and so to educate the agents to abide with the with the rules and regulations that comes with the verdict. So from now on, there will be more trainings, and we just have to watch what is coming through and be cognizant of what changes are going to be implemented. And I know this is going to be troublesome, and also it takes a lot of work, but it is a necessary evil. And as I said all the time, that the practice of real estate is getting more and more complicated, and I'm not kidding. And this lawsuit itself will create more things that we have to be concerned about. Now, so the effect of the verdict, let's talk about that. Now, is there anything that right now need to do that's differently because of the verdict? Well, actually, not really, because the NAR has the two things that the verdict has concern about. The NAR has already implemented a lot of changes already. For the first thing is the buyer's representation agreement. They already even before the verdict, the NAR has endorsed the buyer representation agreements, and they put it in the CAR forms, and now it's getting more and more popular. And this buyer representation agreements has sets forth all the transparency of the transaction. They explain that the commission is being shared by the listing agent and the selling agent, and it's totally transparent, and is also voluntary, and it's it's not mandatory, and it's already putting in the practice already. The second thing is that to express that the commissions are all negotiable. It's not all fixed in stone, and so the NAR are not requiring that the brokerages and the agents to have a fixed commission. So those two things we're already implementing that before the verdict. So actually, there's not much of changes that we have to do. We just have to refine it and be more transparent, and make sure that the agents are following it. Now the future implication, though, that's kind of interesting, because now if the lawyers had gotten into their way to getting such a big verdict, $1.78 billion, then they encourage them to file more lawsuits, and in this kind of areas, and in other states, and in the locality, and there will be a lot of copycats, lawsuits going through this, and it will be and it will be more problematic too. And also the buyers will not be, some of the buyers cannot afford to have a separate representation. If the seller doesn't pay the buyer agents the commission, then who's going to pay the commission? Of course, the buyer, right? The buyer, some of the first-time home buyers cannot afford to hire agents and to pay the commission. So what are they going to do? They're going to force to represent themselves, and nowadays their real estate transaction is not that simple. Actually, it's kind of complicated, and then if they don't have help from us experienced agent, then there's a lot of disadvantage for them, and they get into troubles, and it's not fun. And so more troubles, more lawsuits, and more chaos for the industry. So the future implications are tremendous, and it will affect fundamentally how we practice real estate. So we just have to see. But it's not the end yet, because right now the NAR is appealing the case, and hopefully they will kind of slow it down, and also possibly reverse it. Then so it's not the end. So we have to keep an eye on it and keep informed. Okay, and that's what I want to share with you today about this lawsuit. So any questions? I know it's
Peter.
yeah.
Steve.
Yes,
This
Steve.
is the legal action that been on the news the last 4 weeks. And the question I have is I agree with the CAI is also paying deep attention on this case. Do you think they are in the foreseen this is going to be year end? Any possibility the CAI will maybe modify their contract on some of the, maybe even add more addendum or something like that to
That's for
protect
sure.
us? Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. In order to fine tune the requirement, I'm sure that they will have more the forms and more requirement, more rules, to safeguard all the agents.
Yeah, so probably maybe beginning of the year or maybe end of year they will announce it. Maybe.
Yeah. And actually, there's a lot of discussion in town hall meeting. A lot of opinions, a lot of comments, and actually, as a matter of fact, they have another one today at 4 o'clock, and I'm going to join them and see what else they are going to tell us about.
Yeah, and so even this is in Missouri, that is the impact to the whole United States.
Sure, because it's a federal case.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
it's like
you.
the whole America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, hello everyone. This is Lucy. I have
Hi, Lucy. I can't hear you.
a seller is a foreigner, and the great experience of working for the top escrow, Linda Chen. And then the seller is really appreciate her efficiently as support. Even the middle of even the 9 p.m. she's answer the phone to support this seller. And also I represent both sides, and then the buyer too. So the Linda also very efficiently work with the buyer, both sides. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank the top escrow.
Oh, I see. Okay, sure. If this lawsuit and the implication may be later, that when you're representing the both sides, dual agents, it can be very tricky, because they are trying to say that, hey, You know, if you pay the commission for a listing agent and the seller agent, so who are you representing? You know, somebody's paying it, and so who's your boss? You know, who you really listen to, and this is the only place that in real estate that you can represent both sides. You know, in law it's impossible. You know, you cannot represent plaintiff as well as the defendant at the same time. So later on, maybe dual agency can be in jeopardy.
All right. Any further questions for
Any further
Peter?
question?
No? Okay. Peter, I'm going to share my screen really quick. I don't know
Okay.
if you have, can everybody see my screen? Peter,
Yeah.
all right. So in the interim, until CAR revises the forms and we put more layers of protection for both brokerages and agents, what I was discussing earlier, this is a way for you to be more transparent and add a layer of protection for yourself regarding the lawsuit that's going out right now. So this is the listing agreement, okay? Typically you would put 5% right here, right? And then most agents, I'm not saying everybody, but most agents will just leave it as is. That's the agreed upon percentage for that you guys are agreeing with the seller in order to sell the property. If you go down a little bit more, right here on D, it's disclosing how much of that you're going to be offering to the buyer's agent. So a lot of people miss this. If you click that and put 2.5%, 2%, whatever you're agreeing, whatever you're going to offer the buyer's agent, by you clicking this and explaining it to the seller, this pretty much, I'm not going to say eliminates the threat of a lawsuit, but safeguards you that extra more, that more. So go the little extra step. Don't stop right here at the initial percentage that you guys are agreeing upon, but also the amount that you're going to be offering to the buyer's agent. Okay.
Yeah, good point.
All right, guys, that's all I have. That's all we have for this this Monday morning. I'll see you guys next Monday, okay? Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Bye, have a
you.
nice
Have a
week.
great week, everybody. Reach out.
Okay.
I'm here.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good week. See you guys later. Thank you. Bye.